Fox Sports.
We are Fox. We are Minnesota.
It's a great night for baseball at Target Field, and time for the Twins to win a ball game and end a 4-game losing streak in the series opener with the Tigers. Samuel Deduno will make his first start against Detroit, hoping to keep his record spotless. Trevor Plouffe returning to the lineup after having his injured thumb area heal. And the Tigers, maybe the hottest team in the American League Central, putting a little heat on the Chicago White Sox as the division lead is now turned into a 2-team race. And good Monday evening to you from Target Field. Dick and Bert with you for the series opener. And for Samuel Deduno, the Twins relievers, the rest of the starting staff, a tough assignment in the middle of this Detroit lineup.
Well, you look at the Detroit Tigers, they really key off of two guys. And those two guys have had pretty good success against the Twins this season. Miguel Cabrera and Prince Fielder. Both these guys right in the middle, hitting 3 and 4 in the lineup. And for Miguel Cabrera, he's having an MVP type year. This guy, unbelievable numbers in a short amount of time. He's been at the major league level. A lot of power from this man. And then you look at Prince Fielder in his first season. What a combination between Cabrera and Fielder. Maybe the best 1-2 punch in the American League as far as power.
And so the Tigers are chasing the White Sox. They hope to pick up some ground in Minnesota. When we come back, we'll reflect on a Twins playoff series against the Tigers. Can it be 25 years ago? Brought to you by your local Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. And by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards.
25 years ago, the statue of that man, Kirby Puckett, he was the man who was an integral part of the Minnesota Twins' road to the 1987 and the 1991 World Series. but this is 25 years ago, 25-year anniversary of the Twins' '87 World Series team. I'm Robbie Mikowski. When you look back to that run to the World Series title, it was the American League Championship Series against the Detroit Tigers, which provided a big spark, and in particular, it was Game 1. And the hero of that Game 1 was former infielder Gary Gaetti, who hit 2 home runs in Game 1 against the Detroit Tigers, and what a memorable ride it was. Gary Gaetti homered twice, and the Twins, as you get a look here at that Game 1, 1987.
And the Twins are baseball's world champions. The world champion Minnesota Twins.
This is where we want to be, and that's all you need to know.
As the Twins got set to play the Tigers in the 1987 ALCS, the odds against them were long.
I hear in Las Vegas it's 100 to 1 Detroit to go into the playoff.
To compound the difficulty, Detroit's Game 1 starter was Doyle Alexander. Acquired in August for a prospect named John Smoltz, Alexander was 9-0 in a Tiger uniform.
Swing a high fly ball up the deep right center field. Way back it is. A home run, 1-0 Twins.
In the second inning, Gary Gaetti took Alexander deep. In the bottom of the 5th, G-Man did it again.
It's a pitch by Alexander, a swing and a fly ball hit off the deep right center field. Way back, and it's a home run for Gary Gaetti.
Hits by Kirby Puckett, Don Baylor, and Tom Bernansky keyed a 4-run rally in the 8th inning of an 8-5 win. But Gaetti's performance propelled him to MVP of the ALCS as the Twins ousted the heavily favored Tigers 4-1.
You know, people on our ball club didn't care about Doyle Alexander. Had a lot of respect for him, knew he was a good pitcher, but Gary Gaetti put the wampum on him and hit him out of the ballpark not once but twice. Detroit was so heavily favored, we didn't have anything to lose. And so let's go play some baseball, let's have some fun. Let's make the most of this, because you know what? Opportunities like this, they don't come down the pike all that often.
And the trophy still shines bright here at Target Field from 1987. When we come back, first pitch, Twins and Tigers with Dick and Bert next on Fox Sports North.
The second half surge is making the Central an entertaining and exciting race. Tonight, the Twins have a chance to make an impact and play a major role in the outcome. Twins baseball is next. And the Twins take the field. Trevor Plouffe takes the field for the first time since coming off the disabled list. Little 48-hour rehab assignment with the Rochester Red Wings. His hand feels good. He's ready to go. Jim Leyland hoping that his team can win a series on the road. They've lost their last 4 series on the road, 2-1. Here's the Menards batting order for the Tigers. Austin Jackson leading off. Andy Dirks, Miguel Cabrera, Prince Fielder, Alex Avila, Delman Young, Brennan Bosch, Johnny Peralta, and Omar Infante.
And Samuel Deduno on the mound for the Twins, making his 7th major league start, his first career start against the Tigers. Now the numbers, look at the numbers, outstanding. Just don't look at the walks. 25 walks in 33 innings. But you know what? The Twins are 5-1 in his 6 starts so far. He's 3-0. So hopefully he will continue that trend here tonight.
Jackson, Dirks, and Cabrera in the first, and Jackson, who's proven to be a very valuable member of this Tiger team, leading things off, having his best year, and he takes 2 of them wide, 2-0.
Yeah, they really missed him when he had that abdominal strain. He was put on a disabled list, hitting at .314, 8th best in the American League.
3-0.
And you mentioned it in the pregame, Dick. The big thing for Deduno is not to walk the guys ahead of Cabrera and Fielder, because those are the 2 guys in a lineup that can hurt you the most. Jackson's going to take a pitch right here.
And he takes ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to start the ball game. Northland Ford defense for the Twins. Josh Willingham in left, Ben Revere in center for Denard Span, Darren Mastroianni in right, Plouffe, Carroll, Casilla, and Maurer the infielders, and Ryan Domick behind the plate. And Revere taking over in center. Denard Span injuring his shoulder in a fall in the outfield in last night's game, yesterday's game.
Well, look for Dirks to take a pitch right here. Tigers are going to want Deduno to throw a strike. And there's one. A breaking ball.
Predictably with something other than the fastball.
Yep. Well, you know what? I mean, he's averaging since his starts in July, almost 7 walks per 9. But that's kind of been his record. You look at his minor league numbers, he averaged over 5 walks per 9 in the minor league. So he is kind of what you get. He's kind of, I think Roy Smalley and I were talking about on the air about effectively wild at times. Hitters I don't think feel real comfortable because sometimes he doesn't know where the ball is going. Now Jackson, Tigers do not run a lot. They have only 42 stolen bases. Unlike the Rays who just left here. The Tigers 42, and for Jackson he has 10 of the 42.
1 strike to Dirks. Great stoppage short by Carroll. What a phenomenal play. They get the force at second base on a rocket that was headed for left field.
The last 3 days we saw Jamie Carroll make some great plays at third base. And here tonight playing short, the veteran 38-year-old Dirks hitting the ball sharply the other way. And Carroll dove for it and made sure he got the out at second base. What a great play right there.
So 1 out, and that'll bring Cabrera to the plate with a man aboard. Dozier not in the starting lineup. And a review session with manager Ron Gardenhire after the game yesterday regarding the play in the 10th inning. And a strike to Cabrera.
Cabrera in his 5th season with the Tigers, just 29 years old. This is already his 10th season at the major league level. There's that uncomfortableness right there. The breaking ball that kind of stayed inside.
And Cabrera didn't know how to react, and he did everything but hang in there. He bailed on this thing. Look at it.
Watch a breaking ball right there, and Cabrera giving way.
Just another monster year for Cabrera. And a strike that covers the inside corner.
And you saw Cabrera kind of give away a little bit right there. Was it going to be another breaking ball? Cabrera second to Mike Trout in the American League batting race. Good fastball inside. You're not going to see Domet move too much left or right behind the plate because of the movement of Todono's pitches.
I was going to say until the pitch is delivered. Then he may move a lot left and right. 2-2. There you see the batting leaders with Mauer in 5th place. Ben Revere just a couple of ticks behind that.
Yeah, 4 of the 10 top are here in this ball game here tonight.
There's a called third strike. Cabrera's gone looking.
Another fastball inside. Cabrera taking his time walking back to the dugout. Hey, Ron Coomer, you might have noticed something down there of a reflection.
Well, yeah, you don't see Miguel Cabrera take too many pitches, but the high breaking ball really kind of flustered him because he's looking. If we get a shot of Minnie and St. Paul in straightaway center field, the sun is right on top of them and really throwing off a lot of glare towards home plate. And Cabrera really had a tough time seeing the pitch. And from that one pitch that was up and in that you guys kind of chuckled about the breaking ball, from then on he had a tough time with his at bat and was mentioning something to Domet and to the home plate umpire.
1-0 to Prince Fielder, and now 2-0.
I think we should keep a big light on there the whole ball game.
At least when he's up.
And this guy.
It's not a bad idea, is it, Bert?
Not at all. Remember, was a couple years ago, the batter's eye had a little reflection on it, where hitters were complaining about the batter's eye as the sun sets. There were trees out there, the pine trees or whatever the trees they were kind of moving in the wind. Everything for the hitters.
Guys, the batter's eye now is very good. There's really no issue with the batter's eye. It's black. It's there's no depth perception issue. The only issue was that high breaking pitch that went out of the batter's eye, and that happens a lot with certain hitters if a pitcher throws over the top.
A couple of 4-pitch walks. Well, let's hear from Twins manager Ron Gardenhire about what the key will be for Twins pitchers against the middle of this Tiger lineup.
Actually, it's keeping the guys off ahead of them. You can handle, those one-run shots and stuff like that, but when they start doing crooked number shots, that's not good. So it's actually keeping the guys off ahead of them.
And so the Twins issue one walk in front of Cabrera, strike him out, then Deduno walks Fielder. Here's Alex Avila. And Domet with a nice save to keep the runners from advancing, ball 1.
Yeah, 16 pitches so far for Deduno and only 5 strikes. Breaking ball. And Avila just getting out of the way. That ball almost hit one of his feet. Nice block by Domet.
1-0 to Avila. Starting to swing a hotter bat now for the Tigers. And a fastball pumped over for a strike.
A fastball at 92. Deduno, 29 years old, from the Dominican Republic, called up on July 5th from Rochester.
Just off the plate. 2-1.
Well, that's a changeup right there.
Twins have lost 4 straight. They've given up a first inning run or more in 5 straight games. And Deduno trying to end that string here. If he can get Avila, he'll get that part of it done. 2-1. 3-1 with Delman Young on deck.
You know, that's been a problem all season long. You know, the Twins offense, even though they are swinging the bat well, they find themselves, you know, behind early. I always say innings 1 through 3, if you could put some zeros on the board the first 3 innings, give that offense a chance to get a 2-0 or 3-0 lead.
3-1 to Avila. Bounce to the right side. DeDuno with 20 pitches and just 7 strikes pitches the score of this first inning. His control got a nice play turned in by Jamie Carroll. The Menard batting order for the Twins as they hope to score first tonight. Ben Revere, followed by Darren Mastroianni, Joe Mauer, Josh Willingham, Justin Morneau, Ryan Doumit, Trevor Plouffe, Jamie Carroll, and Alexi Casilla.
And it's Anibal Sanchez on the mound for the Tigers, making just his 4th start of the season for the Tigers since coming over from the Miami Marlins back on July 23rd. He's had 1 pretty good ball game, 2 not so good. His win coming in Detroit against Cleveland. He lost to the Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Yankees. Anibal Sanchez has never faced the Twins.
And Revere hoping to break a hitless skid that has seen his average drop down to 314. And he takes a strike at the knees. That is a foul ball right at the feet of Alan Porter. Should have gotten a good look at it and just barely foul. 2 strikes to Revere.
Scouting report on Sanchez. A good fastball, 92, 93. Take a look at this one.
Yep.
Just foul of the bag. Very good curveball, a changeup, and a cut fastball like a slider. Fielder watching it the whole way.
2 strikes to Revere. To center. Austin Jackson comes in a couple of steps, 1 down. Northland Ford defense for the Tigers. They have had some issues out there. Andy Dirks in left field. Austin Jackson's really good in center. Brennan Bosch, work in progress in right field. Cabrera, Peralta, Infante, and Fielder, the infielders. And Avila behind the plate.
Yeah, probably the steadiest on the infield has been Johnny Peralta. He's only made 5 errors this year.
Here's Darren Mastroianni. And he takes a strike at the knees.
Mastroianni doing a good job as a 4th outfielder. You know, replacing, bring some speed with him to the ballpark.
And a base hit to left field. And his speed will be in play here in the first inning.
Well, looked like a breaking ball left up right there. Quick hands right there by Mastroianni, just lining it past Cabrera in the left field. Weighted back nicely on this pitch.
And Mastroianni right away checked at first base.
Mastroianni with 13 stolen bases in 15 attempts. Wins with 92 stolen bases on the year. Second in the American League behind the Rays, Tampa Bay Rays.
Mauer takes down and away. Ball one. Twins had a brief lead in yesterday's game, but for the most part haven't enjoyed any leads in the 4-game losing streak because they've fallen behind early, sometimes big. That hits the corner, 1-1.
Base runners against Sanchez this year. Now this includes the Marlins too, but 13 of 16 they have been successful against Sanchez. He's had 12 double play balls turned behind him. Sanchez making his 4th start for the Tigers, his 136th major league start. Has 45 wins, 47 losses in his career.
1-1 to Mauer. Mastroianni goes. The pitch is inside, and Mastroianni's in with a stolen base. So just what the Twins wanted after the single. Mastroianni steals second, and the count is 2-1 to Mauer.
Now get a good head first slide right here on the outfield side of the bag. You know, guys that can steal bases like Revere, Mastroianni, other quick. It's the first couple steps that they're able to almost be in full stride.
So Mauer with a hit to the outfield should put the Twins in front. Knocked down by Sanchez, and he'll fire to first to get Mauer, and Mastroianni goes to third base. Not sure where he knocked it down. It looks like he's feeling it a little bit. Don't know whether it was the gloved hand or the bare hand.
I think it hit his leg. Jim Leland, the trainer, coming out. Along with pitching coach Jeff Jones. Take a look right here. Sanchez follow through. Might have got the left knee area.
Yeah.
I think that was Owl. Always worried about hitting it right on top of that kneecap. Right. You know, if it hits anywhere else, you're usually pretty good. You're okay. I remember Wilbur Wood got hit right in the kneecap one year. Shattered a kneecap.
Francisco Liriano, in his second start for the White Sox, took one against the shin and eventually had to leave the game.
We're going to let him, I believe, throw a couple here, see if he's all right.
That's not a good sign. It doesn't look like he wants any part of coming up on the mound and throwing.
Take another look right there. He put the glove down, but maybe on the side of the knee. Yeah, more in the calf area, it looked like.
He still hasn't thrown the ball.
That's where you need to freeze right here. That little can of freeze. Just freeze it, and you're okay. He says he's okay.
Kevin Rand, the trainer, I'm sure, saying, hey, look, you got any issues, let us know. So now it's up to Willingham to get the first run in. Mauer retired on the one hopper back to the mound.
Willingham and Sanchez were teammates for a couple years in Florida.
And down the middle, a strike.
And there's only 3 guys that have faced Sanchez. Willingham one, Doman the other, and Jamie Carroll in the Twins lineup. All of them from the National League where Sanchez came from. But, you know, with interleague play and all that, you sometimes see, you know, Twins have played the Marlins, but we did not see Sanchez.
1-1. Willingham looking for that 30th home run. It would be a career high for him. Trying to get Mastroianni in from third base with 2 out. Skied to short center. In fact, Infante just barely on the outfield grass makes the catch, and Mastroianni stranded at third base.
Denard Span, the center fielder for the Twins, not in the lineup tonight, and that is because he injured his right shoulder yesterday diving for a baseball. And in tonight's Sanford Health injury report, Denard took one close to the collarbone when I asked him today about it. He's officially listed as day-to-day. He did have x-rays taken immediately as soon as he left the ballgame. They came back negative, which is a good sign. So Ron Gardenhire said before the game today, they're taking it day-to-day, not in the lineup. There's a chance he plays tomorrow, and of course we'll keep you updated on his status if we get any word for that on Twins Live before the ballgame tomorrow. Dick and Bert.
All right, thank you, Robbie. Delman Young at the plate, leading off the second for Detroit. Backhanded nicely by Bluth. Across the diamond, Young retired, one away.
Well, we've seen some nice defensive plays already. Carroll with a great play in the first inning right there. Delman hitting the ball sharply to Bluth's right. And he just picks it on that first hop, sets. And a good throw over to Justin. And, you know, we're talking about the hitting with the thumb. The biggest thing is the throwing, too. He said that that really hasn't bothered him. We asked him when he was on the air about that, and he said it's more deeper. It's more underneath the thumb in their area. I always think of the Hammett bone when guys hurt themselves down in that area. Hammett bone.
There's a little dribbler up the line, and that'll trickle foul.
That's all you can do right there. Hope the spin of that ball is going in foul territory.
Bosch going through one of those bad cycles, and he probably goes through them more than any other Tiger hitter. Locked in for a week, and then what seems to be the case this year, a couple of weeks where he's really struggling. Well, this is one of those struggling periods for Brendan Bosch. They say that he's been over anxious at the plate. DeDuno gets ahead of him, 1 strike, and then a foul for strike 2, and then a swinging strike 3.
DeDuno picking up his 2nd strikeout. Bosch had such a good first half last year, then he faltered, and this has been kind of like we're talking about this year, Dick, just a up and down type season for Brendan Bosch.
Here's Johnny Peralta, and there's ball 1. Swing and a foul, 1-1. People have been waiting for the Tigers to get in gear, and there are signs that that might be happening, although they did lose 2 out of 3 down in Texas.
Yeah, they come into today's play 2 games behind the Chicago White Sox in the American League Central Division. White Sox currently in Toronto, where it's 1-1 in the top of the 6th inning.
Twins have held their own against the Tigers this year, but not here. They've won 4 of the 5 games in Detroit, and are 0-3 against Detroit here at Target Field.
Yeah, over the last 12 ball games, the Tigers have won 10 of the 12. Another walk. At least you know what he's doing. He's not going 3-2 and walking. He's just walking. 3rd walk of the ball game for DeDuno.
The NFL is back, and Fox's preseason coverage begins Thursday as the Bengals take on Matt Ryan and the Falcons. And on Friday, Matt Stafford and the Lions go to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Coverage of both games begins at 7 Central, only on Fox. Here's Omar Infante back with the Tigers for a 2nd time. Ball 1.
Yeah, Infante coming over from the Marlins in the Sanchez trade. Infante was with the Tigers. He originally signed by the Tigers, came up with them in 2002, stayed through the 2007 season, then spent time with the Braves and the Marlins, coming back home.
And DeDuno misses inside again, 2-0.
I always say home, you know, with the club that you sign with, it's always kind of like coming home. I know when I left in 76, I came back in 85, it's like you're coming home again. The organization that signed you.
What was it like then when you tried to come home again in the early 90s?
I felt like I was coming home again. But they wouldn't open the door. I was just banging on the door. They wouldn't let me in.
Changed the locks on you.
Yes, they did. Dirty dogs.
2-0. Pounded foul, 2-1.
Infante's always been a pretty good hitter. Good defensive player. He plays a lot of different positions on the infield. Came into this year a .275 career hitter.
If he does nothing more than stabilize the second base position for the Tigers, they really haven't had anybody play there on a daily basis since Placido Polanco. They tried Ryan Rayburn there. Inside, a bad miss. It's 3-1.
Well, there's that uncomfortable feeling at the plate again. We saw with Cabrera with that breaking ball that kind of brushed him back. There's just a fastball. He's just trying to overthrow. Throws it up and in. .35 pitches, only 14 strikes.
Yikes. Lifted to short right, and Casilla calls for it. 2 walks in the first inning, 1 walk in the second.
He's getting better.
Kirby's value player of the game. Text the word value followed by a space in the player's name to short code 234234. Here's Justin Morneau to start the Twins' second inning. Morneau, Doman, and Plouffe facing Anibal Sanchez. That drifts outside 2-0.
Yeah, the Twins down early yesterday, 2-0. Justin Morneau tied that ball game with a home run, a 2-run home run in his first at bat, his 16th of the year.
Strike on the outside corner.
Well, this coming in the second inning off of James Shields. A rocket.
A pitch up out of the strike zone, a foul, and it's 2-2. You look at Morneau's numbers, and the power is a little more frequent in the remaining weeks of the season. You can imagine him with about 25 home runs. This one lifted to center, and Jackson over to the gap a little bit. Loves it, one down. And it'll bring up Ryan Doman. Doman doing the catching. Always a challenging job when Samuel DeDuno's on the mound. And Sanchez sticks a fastball on the outside corner.
Yeah, now Doman has faced Sanchez. That's when Doman was with the Pirates. Sanchez, of course, with the Marlins. 0 for 3 in their meetings. Off speed there. Sanchez, 28 years old, came up with the Marlins in 2006. He's had a history of shoulder problems.
Right off the end of the bat. 1-2.
Like a lot of pitchers today, he got that right elbow surgery at an early age back in 2002, but in 2007 he had right shoulder surgery.
Stroked into right center field. Doman has a hit. And Bosch with the retrieve. A solid single to right with one out in the second. You can get a behind-the-scenes tour at Target Field. Visit twinsbaseball.com or call 800-33-TWINS. Check out all the different types of tours that are available and the daily schedule. Private tours are available too. You can go to twinsbaseball.com or call 800-33-TWINS and get more details. Here's Trevor Plouffe. Good to have Trevor back with the 25-man roster. A couple of games on a rehab assignment, hitless in those games, but that really wasn't the important thing. The important thing was that notch in his thumb area and whether it was continuing or would continue to give him some pain. Fly ball center field, and Jackson in his tracks. 2 down. That'll bring up Jamie Carroll.
Hey, we want to send our condolences to the Boston Red Sox organization. Legend Johnny Pesky passed away today at the age of 92. What a nice man he was.
Thought a lot about him when we were in Boston last week. It's the first time I can remember going there where Johnny wasn't visible there, and would always make a point of having a brief chat with him, and he really did give his heart and his soul to the Red Sox organization. That's a big, big loss at the age of 92.
Always in spring training, I'd always try to look him out, just look for him and just sit and talk to him. He always had a smile on his face, always had a baseball story, and he loved his Red Sox.
Strike one to Jamie Carroll. Served the Red Sox as a player, coach, manager, broadcaster, goodwill ambassador. He's earlier this year when they had the 100-year anniversary of Fenway Park, and they brought back everyone who had ever played for the Red Sox that was still alive and wanted to come back. They were invited. And the loudest ovation, more than Kurt Schilling, any of the World Championship crew for either team, the loudest ovation was for when Bobby Doerr and Johnny Pesky were brought out at the very end of the program. 1-2 to Carroll.
Hard slider right there by Sanchez.
Twins haven't named their right field foul pole yet, but in Boston, for as long as I can remember, the right field pole at Fenway Park, Pesky's pole. Down in the dirt, 2-2. Pesky always maintained he couldn't remember hitting more than 1 or 2 home runs right down that right field line by the pole, but they named it after him anyway. Up high, now it's 3-2. Doman will take off early from first, and Casilla will hope for a chance in the second.
Yeah, we'll see what Fielder does right here at first base. Does he play behind Doman? Sanchez tying his shoe. Fielder let his pitcher know. And Fielder playing behind Doman, so Doman will get a good jump.
Long look in now. Carroll asks for time. Drilled foul past Steve Little. Carroll third on the team in walks drawn. Mauer, as you might expect, leading with 64. Then Willingham with 61.
Brennan Bosch in right field playing very shallow. We've seen Carroll a lot of times shoot that ball over Fielder's head into that gap.
Doman goes, and the pitch line to right nearly hit Doman in the back. He'll gain third base with Carroll delivering a good at bat and a 2-out single.
And your typical Jamie Carroll hit, just taking it the other way. Pitch him away, he'll go that way. Ball hit sharply out of the reach of Infante. And runners at the corners with 2 outs.
The Twins, who simply could not get any or many clutch 2-out hits in the Tampa Bay series, have gotten now a 2-out hit from Carroll. It hasn't produced a run. They'll need another 2-out hit from Casilla. Fielder to the bag, and on one pitch Casilla's retired. The Twins strand 2 in the second. Tip of the cap to Johnny Pesky, passing away today at the age of 92.
Because, you know, so far here at home, the Twins have not had a lot of success. They're 23-35, and they're 6-18 when they allow a run in the first inning, 10-28 allowing runs in the first 3 innings. But when they're able to put 3 shutout innings together 20 times in 58 games here, the Twins are 13-7.
And Duduno starts Jackson with strike 1.
I looked that up today just because it seems like, you know, the starting staff has struggled, you know, not only here but also on the road. But if you can put some zeros up on the board early, let your offense hopefully come and, you know, get you some runs. But the Twins 13-7 when the starter put zeros on the board in the first 3 innings. So a good sign so far.
1-1 to Jackson, and he drives it to center. Revere back now in, makes the catch, 1 away. Pretty well hit ball for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Andy Dirks. I want to pass along happy 98th birthday today to Evelyn Erickson. And we'll wish you many more to come.
Yes.
Andy Dirks getting a chance to play some now. Delman Young rarely gets a chance to play in left field. Quinton Berry was out there for a while, but Dirks, they say, has a little more pop in his bat and a better arm than Berry.
Yeah, Dirks just activated from the disabled list. He had a right Achilles tendonitis, and he missed 2 months of the season, just activated on August 3rd.
Foul pop chased by Plouffe. Makes a nice running catch on the warning track. Trevor Plouffe with a long run and an over-the-shoulder catch at the end.
Good concentration right there for Plouffe. He had to go a long way, kept his eye on the ball. And a little basket catch right here, reaches out and makes a nice grab for the second out.
That'll bring up Cabrera with the bases empty. Called out on strikes, his first time up.
Now, can we turn the lights on again up there?
Turn the beacon on Minnie and Paul, if you will. And he backs away from that one, presumably no glare this time. Another one snaps over for a strike. 1-1.
You know, it's amazing about Cabrera and Fielder. They go out and sign Fielder to a big contract. These 2 guys have never been on a disabled list.
Willingham makes a catch. Most of the bat ended up near the feet of Trevor Plouffe. Cabrera retired, and Duduno has 3 hitless innings here at Target Field. orthopedics and sports medicine for the everyday competitor in all of us. By CenturyLink, a different kind of communications company. CenturyLink, your link to what's next. And by Grand Casino, the best stories start here. No score. The Twins have 3 hits. The Tigers have taken 3 walks. And Ben Revere will lead off the third for the Twins. Strike on the outside corner.
This time Sanchez
says you're not going to get my shin again. You can ask a question at carsoup.com/baseball. Colin Tipton of Tulare, South Dakota, I believe is how you pronounce it. Now I got to look it up. Who's the fastest player we've ever seen going from first to third?
Well, when I first came up, Rod Carew, it was a thing of beauty going from first to third. For me, I think the quickest was Devon White, a center fielder for the Anaheim Angels. He could fly. How about yourself?
Yeah, you think of guys like Kenny Lofton, Ricky Henderson. But the image I have, and this is because I've covered the Twins for so long, is Greg Gagnon.
Yo.
I mean, it seemed like even though he was, 5'11", 6 foot, he took fewer strides from first to third than anybody I've ever seen, which I think means he was pretty fast.
Yeah, he was like Devon White, because Devon White had those long legs, and it just looked like it took him, like once he rounded second base going for third, it was like 4 steps and he's there. And Gags was that way too.
Down and away.
Mastroianni with the Twins' first hit that came in the first inning. A breaking ball stayed up, and he lined it into left field.
Wow, I found Tulare, South Dakota. It's right between Frankfort and Hitchcock. That's Gordette Oliva's territory over there. 2-2 to Mastroianni. It's down the right field line. If it's fair, it's a hit. About 3 feet foul. Bosch couldn't get it. And Mastroianni will come back to home plate.
Yeah, from our angle too, it looked like a little flare in there, but the ball just kept slicing away and it ended up foul. Sanchez making his last start about 5 days ago against the Yankees in Detroit. He got beat up. 3 innings. He gave up 7 runs, all earned. Prior to that, he won a ball game against the Indians in Detroit.
Foul to the screen. Sanchez will be a free agent after this year. So he is, unless the Tigers work out something with him, a rent-a-player. Down low, 3-2 with Mauer on deck. Popped up right side. Infante back. Bosch, Jackson come in, and Bosch makes a catch out number 2. And we'll bring up Mauer with the bases empty. Fox Sports North supports cancer awareness. Join Marty Gellner, Lisa Dunsing, Alicia Perkins for the Light the Night Walk to Target Field Sunday, September 23rd, benefiting the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. Visit foxsportsnorth.com, click on supports under the More tab, sign up for or donate to the Fox Sports North team. 2 gone in the third, and now Mauer. Mauer hit the smash against Sanchez's leg in the first inning. Swing, a foul, 1 strike.
A lot of times we'll see Joe take a pitch or two, but right there, swinging on that first pitch from Sanchez.
And now in off the plate, 1-1. When you were playing in the middle of August, were you scoreboard watching? Well, you were watching everything on the days you didn't pitch. You're not the best guy to ask. Breaking ball on the outside.
Well, there weren't too many clubs that I went into August.
With Cleveland, you weren't concerned who was going to finish ahead of you in sixth?
No, we were just looking more at the clock, what time it was.
What time can we get out of here? Beat the traffic, right?
Well, we had no traffic in Cleveland.
2-2. But I love hearing players say, well, we're not scoreboard watching it. Everybody is watching the scoreboard. And the Tigers know that Toronto's just taken a 2-1 lead on Chicago.
Well, you know what? You may not watch it now, okay? I mean, here we are, August 13th. But I'll tell you what, once that calendar turns to September, you'll be watching.
Bauer gets a base hit. Jackson will get it in, and Willingham will come up with a man aboard.
A good piece of hitting right here. The pitch is down. Breaking ball. Actually, Joe just got it before it broke down. Looked like a breaking ball. And he lines it into center field. Twins get their fourth hit, all singles.
Willingham with a pop-up to Infante. His first time up. That was the third out of the first inning. 4 hits for the Twins, all singles. Now Willingham takes a strike on the inside corner.
Now, these guys were teammates for a couple years in 2006 and 2007.
One strike. Let's pull the string just a little bit. 2 strikes.
Yeah, I'm just looking. They were teammates for 3 years, 2006, 7, and 8. So he should know exactly what he's got to throw.
Just a little bit low.
Tried to sneak that fastball by him at 95. Darryl Cousins behind the plate.
That had plenty of the Fox track strike zone. In the dirt, scooped up by Avila. Bauer at first with a 2-out single. Breaking ball left up high. 3-2 with Morneau on deck. Twins have 4 singles. They haven't taken any walks. Well, Deduno has walked 3 men on the other side.
Now with the right-handed pull hitter up, it's a fielder holding Mauer on a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs.
Mauer goes, and Avila has his mask peeled off. That got both Avila and Darryl Cousins, I think. 1, 2 for the price of 1. Another 3-2. Pulled down the line, foul. So an off-speed pitch, and Willingham just making contact to keep the at-bat alive. Seven pitches so far in this plate appearance. Pulled, foul again.
They're trying to come in that kitchen right there, Willingham. He fought it off. Willingham with 84 runs batted in. Came into this ball game tied with Prince Fielder. Josh Hamilton leading the American League with 99 RBIs, and Cabrera right behind him with 98. Willingham and Fielder next.
Crack to right field. Mauer off with the pitch, will go to third. It's another 2-out hit, but the Twins still don't have a run on the board.
Well, even though Fielder was holding him on, I don't know if he would have been able to get this ball. Good at bat for Willingham, just taking that fastball the other way. That ball hit sharply in his right field.
Morneau hit a fly ball to center his first time up.
How about a 3-run home run right here?
Tap foul. A run-producing hit would be in order. After all, it is National Left-Handers Day. Did you know that?
No, I'm right-handed. I didn't know that.
It's National Left-Handers Day, and I'm right-handed too. I've been trying to do everything left-handed.
Everything?
Everything. That's to left, and the lefty delivers. Mauer scores, and it's 1-0.
Oh, there's that nice little 2-out hit. Good 2-out hitting by the Twins this inning. Mauer's base hit, Willingham's 2-out base hit, and right here Justin Morneau, a 2-out base hit, scores Mauer. Twins have a 1-0 lead. For Morneau is 58th RBI of the year. Jeff Jones, a pitching coach, to talk to his right-hander. Quick trip to the mound by Jeff Jones.
3 straight 2-out singles for the Twins. Doma will come to the plate. I'm trying to keep score left-handed here, and things aren't adding up. The scoreboard says 1-0, and I have Casilla with a grand slam his first time up. Is that?
That's good. Just keep it in the Twins column.
Right. Doma singled his first time up. Doma got as far as third base. The Twins left a runner at third in each of the first 2 innings, and now they've got a runner from third in thanks to Morneau's hit.
Yeah, in the second inning, Doma got a fastball up and hit it past Infante at second base into right field. So Sanchez starts him off with a breaking ball.
Inside, 1-1. Six singles for the Twins, and this would be a great spot for an extra base hit. Foul tip, 1-2.
A good changeup, good location right there by Sanchez. .60 pitches for Sanchez with 2 outs here in the third. 42 have been strikes, no walks, no strikeouts. Giving up 6 hits.
Foul tip, this time Avila hangs on. The Twins strand 2 more, but score 1 in the third. The first run of the game.
thing about this Detroit lineup when they come to town, they got two phenomenal hitters. You're going to look at one of them right here, Prince Fielder. The swing on the left is here in Minnesota in a big ballpark. You see he lets the ball get deep. He stays on top of the baseball, and he uses the whole field here at Target Field. The next swing is in Texas, where he looks to elevate the baseball and get the ball airborne because there's a jet stream going out to the middle of the ballpark in the right center. This is a guy that's a big, strong guy that can drive in runs and hit it out of the park, but he also has a method to his madness, and he really knows how to hit the baseball. Just a fun guy to watch in batting practice and in the games.
Fouled at the plate, 0-2. They say, the people who watched Fielder play for them, for the Tigers the first time, here's what he did at Target Field. And he's done more and more of that as teams have shifted him. And he has beaten an exaggerated shift simply by hitting the ball the other way. There's a called third strike, and Duduno, after some control issues again, first time through the order, appears to be settling down a little bit.
Hey, picking up his third strikeout of the ball game. And Fielder knew it.
Keeps throwing that backdoor breaking ball, and we'll just quit talking about hitters and we'll just keep talking about you pitchers, Bert.
I like that.
Alex Avila tapped out to second on a 3-1 pitch for the final out of the first inning.
You know, Ron, while we have you here, you know what? The thing that amazes me about Cabrera and Fielder is that they're healthy all the time. They've never been on a disabled list. They're not that body that, you know, is like, you know, you see athletes and you think, boy, you know what? Their body is really built. Well, these guys are built differently, but they've never been on a disabled list. Cabrera, since 2004, has missed only 33 regular games in 8+ years, and Fielder's missed only 11 in 6+ seasons.
Well, they are big, strong guys and just big guys in general. But, you know, the one thing you can say about Cabrera and about Fielder is they love to play the game. You look at these stats here, as you just said, 33 games missed in 8 seasons and only 11 games missed by Fielder in 6 seasons. They love to play the game. You see them out here taking early BP and BP every day. But, you know, when you're swinging as well as they have for the last 8 years, you want to be in there, too.
Just off the plate, Miguel Cabrera a little agitated.
Well, you can see that they care right there. Let's go, they say. Miguel Cabrera.
2-2. And Domit's got to find the ball. Firing to first in time to get Avila. Number 2. Second strikeout of the inning.
And his 4th of the ball game.
Guys, Duduno is really, since the first inning where he wasn't throwing strikes, he's really settled in, and you haven't seen many good swings off Duduno. The one thing he does is he must hide the baseball pretty well. Cabrera didn't get good swings his first at bat, and now you see most of these swings when he's throwing strikes, he's getting some ugly swings by good Tiger hitters.
Yeah, his breaking ball must be very tight.
Fly ball to right. Delman Young, to the surprise of no one,
quick
retired
inning.
on 1 pitch. Another 1-2-3 inning. throw shot with the Twins up 1-0.
Well, up here in our Circle Me Bert guests tonight are Trevor and Beth. Happy 1-year wedding anniversary. Now, Beth, you're from Minnetonka, you're from Loretto, but you make your home now in Memphis, Tennessee, but you come up and celebrate your anniversary here. Welcome up to the booth, and congratulations on 1 year. May there be many, many more.
Trevor Plouffe will lead off the inning for the Twins. Hot ground ball fielded nicely by Peralta, and he throws him out. So Plouffe jumps on the first pitch, hits a hard 2-hopper, and Peralta turns it into an out. And thanks to my friends on Twitter, going back a half inning or so, the town in South Dakota that we had our question from is pronounced Tulare.
Tulare?
Tulare. And that is where Cordero Oliva comes from. Here's Jamie Carroll. Single to right his first time up. Love must be a pretty special thing. I mean, just think, here's Tony Oliva from Cuba, and he marries a girl from the middle of South Dakota.
It's the only place he could find a girl.
Well, now, Tony, you can say that because Tony's one, two,
well, he was
three.
my teammate, too. I love Tony.
3 booths down working the Spanish radio broadcast. There's Tony.
I'm not going to find a bigger ambassador for the Minnesota Twins than that man right there doing the Spanish radio.
2-1 to Carroll.
And Gorget, a lovely, lovely lady.
It's a drive to left center field. Dirks over a few steps for out number 2. AT&T Trivia. Beautiful Monday night Twins territory. Since 1974, which 2 players hold the record for back-to-back home runs in a season? Fielder and Cabrera have done it 3 times, but now since 74, which pretty much takes Killebrew and say Allison or Oliva out of the equation or out of possible answer.
Well, I'm going to ask Trevor and Beth. They probably know the answer.
Okay. Here's Casilla, bounced to first his first time up. Shows bunt and takes strike 2. Casilla gone on 3 pitches. Avila with a flip. And Sanchez has his quickest and easiest inning so far. At Target Field, opening game of a 3-game series. Robbie and Smikowski, Ron Coomer, Bert Blatov, and Dick Bramer here. Twins losing all 3 to the Rays here. Samuel DeDuno with some control issues, primarily in the first inning, has 4 no-hit innings, and he'll face the bottom third of the Tiger lineup here in the 5th.
Yeah, he's retired the last 7 Tigers.
Breaking ball low. Bosch, Peralta, and Infante here in the 5th inning. There's a fastball in a good spot. 1-1.
A 91-mile-an-hour fastball.
And now 2-1.
Yeah, it's been an up and down season for the Tigers. Still, they're trying to catch the Chicago White Sox. Good hitting ball club, hitting .271 as a club. Only the Texas Rangers have a higher team batting average.
Into the backstop. 3-1. Speaking of the White Sox, they've tied Toronto, and they think, some good news today regarding Paul Konerko, who's on the 7-day concussion disabled list. Everything checked out okay. They will gradually resume Konerko's physical activity in the hopes that he might be ready to go this weekend. And the 4th walk issued by DeDuno. Bosch, a leadoff walk here in the 5th. And Ron Gardenhire experiencing what minor league managers have experienced with DeDuno. You just have to wade through the control issues and hopes that he can get some outs and strand some guys on base.
Let's see if he can get a ground ball right here. Maybe get a double play turn behind him.
Driven to right center field.
It's not a ground ball.
That ball is off the wall. Revere with the retrieve. They're going to send Bosch. Casilla guns his throw home off target, and the Tigers, with their first hit of the night, tie the game on a Peralta double.
Well, it always seems that when the Twins play either who are Cleveland or the Tigers, it's always Johnny Peralta somewhere that has helped beat the Twins. A breaking ball took it the other way, and they play the carom. And Bosch looking at Gene Lamont, the third base coach. He's saying keep going, and he slides in safely. So Peralta with a double, his 26th double, driving in his 42nd run.
That'll bring up Omar Infante, who will be asked to somehow get Peralta up a base. Corner infielders are up, expecting a possible bunt. Ball 1.
Infante looking down at Gene Lamont as he goes through signs at third base. Be surprised if Infante bunts here. Now, if it was Ramon Santiago, a switch hitter, I think Infante pretty good handler of the bat. A lot like Jamie Carroll.
With a little more pop. 1-1. There's a breaking pitch, getting strike 2. So DeDuno, who wants to get a strikeout or a pop up here, will work ahead in the count. 1-2. Nice block by Doman. That's a wicked pitch with a lot of bite on it. He was able to block it, even though it landed, I think, in front of the plate.
Right, DeDuno's trying to get the strikeout right here. He calls the curveball, and right in front of the plate, you can see it skip a little bit. Doman You see him getting down and utilizing that chest protector to deaden the ball. Good job.
Breaking ball missing the inside corner.
Yeah, that went around the inner half of the plate. Moment wanting it down.
Box
And it's inside.
Brought to you by Window Concepts of Minnesota.
We've seen Deduno here. He might go back to that breaking ball again.
Past Carroll. Peralta will gain third base. And the bottom third of the Tiger order drawing a walk, double, and single. And Deduno now will have to face Austin Jackson with 2 men aboard.
Yeah, he just left that ball up right there, and then Fonte, quick hands, just lines it past the diving Jamie Carroll. Maybe an off-speed pitch, but good at bat for Infante.
And Jackson comes to the plate with a walk and a line drive to center. On another team that would be contending for a postseason berth, Jackson probably would be getting some chatter as an MVP candidate. It's probably not going to happen with Cabrera on the plate, but you on his team. But you look at what Jackson has done, hitting over 300, driven in 52 runs for a leadoff guy. Takes a strike 1-1. He leads the team in walks with 50. He's done everything you would want a leadoff batter to do.
And that's something that they've really been working on Jackson a lot, is taking more walks. Last year he struck out 181 times. A couple years ago 170 times. So making better contact.
High fastball gets strike 2.
And he's kind of the igniter. You know, we have Denard Span and Ben Revere to get on, make things happen. Jackson swinging at that high fastball, swinging through it.
He's still going to strike out 100 times. In fact, he may pick up his 100th strikeout before he leaves town here on Wednesday. He's got 96. Deduno would love to get him here with nobody out. Inside, 2-2.
Just trying to overthrow a breaking ball right there. See, 50 walks, 96 strikeouts.
Two and two from Deduno to Jackson. Fouled straight back. Another fastball up.
Jackson, just 25 years old, signed by the Yankees back in 2005. In his third season with the Tigers. Came over to the Tigers in December of 2009 in a 3-team trade between the Yankees, the Tigers, and the Diamondbacks.
Got him with a breaking pitch. One away.
A big strikeout right there with runners at first and third and one out. Deduno picking up his 5th strikeout. You see every pitch up in the zone, and then the breaking ball down and away.
So one down, and now a double play ball would get Deduno and the Twins off the field. Dirks with a ground ball to Carroll. Actually hit a smash that Carroll made a fine play on, and then he fouled out to Plouffe down by the tarp. Off the glove to Casilla. Double play.
Now that's the way you turn a double play.
A line drive that goes 1-4-3, and the Twins do indeed come off the field.
circle where I have $100 here, and Minnesota State Lottery tickets for Mike and Heidi, Bert and Dick. They celebrating their 1-year wedding anniversary here. They're from Plymouth, Minnesota, and 1-year anniversary. Why at a Twins game, Mike?
Oh, we're both avid Twins fans.
That's a good way to do it. They're from they got married in Grand Rapids, Minnesota, and here they are a year later, hanging out above the flower bed, above the limestone. They got their friends and family back here with them, having a good night at the ballpark.
All right.
How about that? Another 1-year anniversary. We had Trevor and Beth up here celebrating their 1-year anniversary.
Wedding up in Grand Rapids, Minnesota. Probably had the reception at the Sawmill Inn up there. Stayed there many nights. Ben Revere will lead off the 5th inning. And there's strike one. Revere hoping to snap an 0 for 13 skid here. Revere with a fly to center and a 1-hopper back to the mound. There's a drive to left. There's a base hit. So Revere drives one sharply to left, and the leadoff man is on in the 5th.
And waited back very nicely on that pitch right there and lined it into left field. Watch Ben wait back, kept those hands back nicely. Good wood, a line drive base hit.
There's Mastroianni, who's 1 for 2.
Keep an eye on Revere at first base. 28 stolen bases.
Mastroianni stole second in the 1st inning. Twins with 93 stolen bases. Only the Rays have more steals with 98. The Angels on the list, but Angels are not playing good baseball at all since the All-Star break. Mastroianni pulls the bat back, and it's 1-1.
Hey, Ron Coomer, Sanchez looks like he has that high leg kick, but has shown a pretty quick move to first base.
Yeah, he's got good feet going to first, and as you know, Bert, there's 2 things that make a good pickoff move for a righty: to have real quick feet and a short arm swing. He's got both of those, so he's got a good move to first base and quick, but he's very slow to home.
Revere goes, they pitch out, and Revere is out at second base. The pitch out nails Revere, 1 away.
Well, they did it right there. Jim Leland, whoever called the pitch out. Avila steps out. Good throw by the pitcher. Quick release by Avila. And a quick tag by Infante. And Revere caught just for the 6th time.
Mastroianni drives it foul down the right field line. Two and 2. 3 and 2.
Well, Ben going in head first. Bang bang play, but again, you see Ben, sliding through the bag, even though he was called out.
7 hits for the Twins. They've all been singles, and the Tigers tied it up with their only hit, a double. There's a high fly to left field. Heading back is Dirks to the wall. Gone! A home run for Darren Mastroianni. His 3rd of the year.
His 3rd of the year. Mastroianni's last home run came on July 20th in Kansas City off Luke Hochevar. Right here going back. And right off the top of the wall.
Please, please, please. Outside to Mauer. Mauer with a single and a run scored. Tape measure shot. 366 feet.
Whatever it takes.
1-0 to Mauer. 2-0. Willingham on deck.
That's a home run allowed by Sanchez, his 5th allowed as a Tiger, and his 17th overall. Allowed 12 of them with the Marlins in 19 starts.
And a 4-pitch walk puts Mauer aboard. So Sanchez hasn't retired a batter yet in the 5th inning. Subscribe to MLB.TV today at a reduced price and see the remaining Twins out-of-market games live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit twinsbaseball.com to order and get more details. MLB.TV, baseball everywhere. Home territory blackout restrictions apply.
You know, that home run, 103rd for the Twins, they match already what the Twins hit all of last year.
Twins didn't have a 30 home run hitter last year. Haven't had one since Morneau did it a few years ago. Willingham's next would put him in select company. 1 strike. And another single for Willingham. 4 batters into this inning, and again Sanchez hasn't retired a 1. Jeff Jones will come to the mound with Morneau coming up and 2 men aboard. Gene Lamont on the mound. On the phone rather. American League, Tigers in second place, second only to the Oakland A's. White Sox have been good. Twins know all about the Rays. Big spot here for Morneau. He delivered a 2-out RBI single to left field in the 3rd inning to produce the first run of the game. Fouled away. A lot of hits against Sanchez, and that's been his history since coming over to the Tigers. Dwayne Bilo, one of 3 left-handed relievers for the Tigers. And Morneau waited on that 77-mile-per-hour pitch and fouled another one back.
Yeah, both 2 pitches, first 2 pitches, outer half of the plate. Right off the end of the bat.
Back to Sanchez. And he starts a double play. Darren Mastroianni with the only extra base hit of the night for the Twins. And he's put the Twins in front 2-1.
We take on the Tigers. We're clear to partly cloudy and overall looking quite nice. First pitch temperature in the mid-70s. Winds will be out of the northwest between 4 to 8 miles per hour.
Well, quite nice doesn't quite fully describe it. How about perfect?
Yep. Beautiful
Absolutely
baseball weather. Yep.
Perfect here tonight and tomorrow. Tickets are available, and if you want to come out and enjoy a major league game under beautiful weather conditions, tomorrow night might be the night. Miguel Cabrera leads off the sixth. He goes after the first pitch, dribbling one to Plouffe. And Cabrera is 0 for 3. AT&T trivia, and I'm going to go back to Canseco and McGuire.
How about in Colorado, maybe Helton and Walker, maybe? Walker.
Well, I got to give you the correct answer because it didn't.
Well, I'm thinking of ballparks that the ball jumps out of.
So that's a correct answer in my book.
If I get 1 out of 2, that's good.
Prince Fielder. Ball 1. If anything, the Tigers might have expected a little more power from Fielder. He might not hit 30 home runs this year, but he has really impressed the Tigers with his ability, willingness, if you will. That's a home run swing, but his ability and willingness to hit the ball for hits to the opposite field. They didn't think that was going to be part of his game.
You know, he's a guy, look at that swing right there. Sometimes he'll leave the earth to swing. Unbelievably strong.
And now Duduno paints the outside corner, 1 and 2.
Yeah, slider down and in that he just swung out of his shoes, and then Duduno paints the corner.
And Fielder head down, says something to Darryl Cousins in disagreement. 1 and 2. One hopper back to Duduno. 2 down.
Well, he went back away again. So against Fielder, working both sides of the plate, and then he goes back out again. And Fielder hitting right back to him.
2 down, and here's Avila. Tiger media people did come up and ask me about what to expect from Duduno, and I honestly don't know how to answer that. Are Twins fans supposed to be excited with what they've seen from Duduno? He goes about things the wrong way with, all right, 78 pitches, and now just a little more than half of them for strikes.
But look at the innings. I mean, 8, 9 in the third and fourth. He just, pitches backwards. Nothing wrong with that. Young man has a great arm. Twins are 5-1 in his first 6 starts. He's 3-0 coming into the ball game. Very good 3.27 ERA. Yeah, you'd like for him to maybe hit his spot, but you know what? He does hit his spots. It seems like if he throws 4 or 5 pitches, 3 of them are somehow in the strike zone. Another ground ball out.
Bobbled by Casilla. He recovers. And another 1-2-3 inning and a nice recovery inning.
8-pitch inning.
Duduno's only given up 1 hit through 6 to the Tigers.
Sanchez out there starting his 6th inning of work has been clocked as high as 96, and Samuel Deduno at 94.
Let me correct myself. Deduno's given up 2 hits. They came consecutively in the 5th inning, driving in Peralta's double, drove in Bosch, and then Infante followed with a single. But you look at what Deduno has done in Texas against the Rangers. He did okay. Kept the Twins in the ball game. There's Domet to center, and that's going to die in front of Jackson. So Domet has his 2nd hit. And then 2 starts ago against the Red Sox at Fenway, 2 hits over 6 innings and no runs allowed.
Domet reaching out right there. Jackson thought about diving. Watch this right there. Then he pulls up right at the last second. Does not want that ball to get by him. I think what we've seen from Deduno is that, you know, his fastball moves all over the place, but that breaking ball is a nice, hard breaking ball.
Plouffe takes ball 1. Plouffe's last home run came in Detroit on July 3rd. Of course, he spent most of that time since then on the disabled list. 1-1. And while he was on the disabled list, the Twins expressed a very strong vote of confidence in Trevor Plouffe by trading Danny Valencia to the Red Sox. Avila can't find it, and Domet will advance to second. A wild pitch. So now Domet at second with nobody out.
Well, good base running by Domet right there. He kind of took a couple steps off, and then when he saw that ball get away and go up in the air, Ryan Domet was taking off. That ball skips off the plate. Watch Domet right there. He sees it go up and then hustles to second. Dancing on the wild pitch.
2-1 to Plouffe.
Yeah, Plouffe has 19 home runs. 11 of the 19 have been hit here at Target Field, and that's a good sign too.
Breaking ball for a strike. 2-2.
Now, one thing we'd like to see Trevor Plouffe is hit with runners on, hit that home run. 16 of the 19 home runs he's hit have been solo home runs. Twins will take a base hit though right here too.
Scalded, foul. Plouffe, the affected area, and he's flexing it right now. He's got a rubber donut thing that slides over the thumb. Another 2-2. Right side of the infield shifts over now, and a called 3rd strike. Both Infante and Fielder moved over about 3 steps prior to that pitch. 1 away.
Pretty nasty pitch right there, Sanchez. Good pitch. Pitcher's pitch, and Plouffe strikes out. Sanchez picks up his 3rd strikeout.
Here's Carroll, a single and a fly to right. Strike 1. Sox and Toronto have moved into the 11th inning, tied at 2. Yankees beat Texas 8-2. Chance for the Angels hosting Cleveland to pick up some ground. 1-1. The Twins have left a lot of men on here in this ball game, but they've got a 2-1 lead thanks to Mastroianni's home run. Swing and a foul. 1-2.
Bill Cope getting loose. One of the 3 left-handers out in that bullpen for the Tigers.
Off the middle. Knocked down beautifully by Peralta to save a run. Simply tried to gather the ball in instead of trying to get it out. He knew if he could pin it down near the infield dirt, that Doman would stay at third.
Yeah, veteran play by a very good shortstop right here. Carroll going right back up the middle. And Peralta, that's what you want to do as a middle infielder with a runner at second. Just knock the ball down if you can. And that keeps Doman. You can see Infante right there. Take a look at third in case Doman rounded the bag. But Steve Little right there to help him.
So first and third, one gone, and another big at bat for Casilla. Casilla came up in this spot with 2 out in the second and grounded out on the first pitch. Down low, ball 1.
Tigers looking for the double play. Middle of the infield playing back. Cabrera in on the grass at third.
And Casilla takes a strike. Throughout the Tampa Bay series, the Twins fizzled in situations like this. They couldn't get a productive at bat, particularly in yesterday's game against James Shields. Number of opportunities like this that ended up costing them the ball game.
Casillas got to look for something he can drive.
Dribbled foul, 1-2. Sanchez got a inning-ending double play in the 5th, getting a comebacker off the bat of Morneau. The only batter he retired in the whole inning. Pitch out. Brookins in the background. Twins trying to get Doman in from third. Across the way is Carroll. That's driven to right field. Off the base of the wall, Doman will score. Carroll to third, and Casilla has an RBI double.
Oh, there's a pitch he could drive right there. A big RBI double by Casilla, his 13th of the year, and the Twins are up 3-1.
Jim Leyland's going to make a change here.
A high fastball right there. Casilla hitting it over the head of Bosch. Bosch waiting for the ball to come back to him. And Casilla, a big RBI double.
Third time through the batting order. The Twins were 6 for 8 with a walk against Sanchez. here at Target Field, and it's a Sports Authority value pack game. Purchase a ticket in the U.S. Bank Home Run Porch View seats, and you'll get a free Schweigert hot dog and a Pepsi. Line up your tickets for tomorrow's game. Call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com. Again, the weather forecast we gave you a few moments ago. Absolutely perfect weather for baseball. It should be a great night here. And the Twins will try to get a big hit here against veteran left-handed reliever Phil Koch.
Yeah, Phil Koch has been struggling as of late since the All-Star break. He's worked a total of 9 innings, and he's given up 7 earned runs, making his 51st appearance.
So Duduno now has at least a lead of 2 runs. The 2 runners are out there, and with Revere at the plate, the Tigers bring the infield in.
Phil Koch with a good fastball, hard slider, and occasional changeup.
And a pitch inside, and Revere gets a piece of it. It makes all the sense in the world, of course, to bring a lefty in to face a lefty. Even though Revere hits lefties at a .365 clip. Jim Leland very much aware of that, but he's going to play the overall percentage here instead of the individual. And up the line, foul to 0-2.
And both fastballs middle in to Ben Revere, trying to jam him.
There's really no good reason to bring a lefty in to face Revere. Not only is he hitting them better, he's also not striking out against them. 104 at bats against left-handers. He's only struck out 8 times. That said, he's got a tough count here against Phil Koch. It's 0-2. Wide of the plate, 1-2.
There's a slider right there. So 2 fastballs in. Then he tried to get Ben Revere to chase the slider away, but too far outside.
12 hits for the Twins. The Tigers have just 2. And yet the Twins only lead by 2. Chop to first. Fielder.
Tackle him.
Bear hugs. Ben Revere, 2 down.
You know, one thing about Prince Fielder, as big as he is, he's very agile. I mean, this guy is a good athlete. He kind of hopped off that toward at that ball, and then knew it was going to be a foot race, maybe to the bag. So you know what? I'll cut him off.
For a brief moment there, I lost sight of Ben Revere.
Yeah, I'd stop too if I was Ben Revere. Knocked the ball out of his glove.
Now Mastroianni hoping to deliver a 2-out hit. He's already got 2 hits tonight, a single in the first and a home run in the 5th. Down and away, ball 1. As the Twins move forward, I think they want to get a prolonged look at Mastroianni. 106 at bats now on the season. Of all the 4th outfielders that the Twins have, Mastroianni has maybe the most creative mix of skills. He's got some power. He's got speed. He can play all 3 outfield positions.
Very good throwing arm.
Spends an awful lot of time during batting practice at second base in case he's needed to come in and play the infield. So any manager, particularly one that's saddled with only 3 bench players, likes to have flexibility on the bench. And Mastroianni, more than any other 4th outfielder the Twins have had in my memory, has the most flexibility. 1-1. Up the middle, another base hit. 2 runs will score. And Mastroianni overslides the bag again. He got to second and then slipped off the base. But his 3rd hit tonight drives in 2 more runs, and it's a 5-1 ball game. In front.
Yeah, Justin Morneau, an RBI single in the 3rd inning, gave the Twins a 1-0 lead. Tigers came back and tied it, but Darren Mastroianni hitting his 3rd home run of the year, a solo home run in the 5th, and then Casilla driving in a run in the 3-run 6th inning with an RBI double.
So Mastroianni getting a start in right field because Denard Span was a little dinged up, and he's driven in 3 runs here tonight. Delman Young leads off the 7th against Samuel Deduno. There's ball 1. Deduno starting this inning with 80 pitches thrown, hoping to get through the 7th inning with just 1 run allowed. A little dribbler to the right side.
A nice little breaking ball, outer half of the plate, creating that ground ball.
Rasmussen College is proud to present Student Days every Wednesday at Target Field. Students can attend the Twins-Tigers game Wednesday at noon and get a standing room only ticket for just $8. Student Day tickets are available beginning at 9 in the morning on Wednesday, and there's a limit of 1 ticket per student with a valid ID. For more information, visit twinsbaseball.com or call 1-800-33-TWINS. Bosch takes strike 1.
Good change up there.
All right, what do you think about this Deduno guy?
Hey.
Is he in the picture next year for the Twins rotation?
I don't really care about next year. I think what you look at is a young man that is getting the opportunity and trying to make the most out of it. You know, he's coming right at the hitters. Maybe he pitches backwards, but you know, he's got a tight breaking ball. His fastball moves all over the place. He's throwing a very good changeup. That pitch at 82. Yeah. 82 miles an hour. Took a little off right down the middle.
Fox Tracks brought to you by Carrier.
Now see if he goes to that tight breaking ball.
Wow.
There it is. And
broke about
number 6.
4 feet diagonally.
See, we've seen that breaking ball. We've also seen the tumble breaking ball that kind of goes from 12 to 6. So watch this ball break right here.
Yeah.
Looks like a fastball, tight rotation, and then a great spot to strike out lefties right there, down and in. Looks like a fastball down where lefties like it, and then the bottom just disappears.
Half swing. Did he go? Strike 1, says Alan Porter. Peralta got the first Tiger hit in the 5th inning, doubling off the fence in right center. Infante followed with a line drive to left, but The Tigers were held to just the 1 run, thanks to one of the more remarkable double plays to end an inning I've ever seen.
Off the pitcher's glove to Casilla in the air over to first. Just the way you draw it up. Another good change up that last pitch, and Peralta way out front.
That was the 12-6 curveball there, I think.
Okay, Andy Dirks hitting it sharply off Duno's glove.
In the dirt, 2-2. The 91st pitch of the night for Samuel DeDuno. Driven foul down the right field line. And the Tigers have had some problems as well as they played. Their last 4 road series, they lost them all 2-1. 2-2. And now a full count with Omar Infante on deck. And he walked up and looks off into the distance.
I tried a 3-2 breaking ball right there, missed down and away, and for DeDuno, his 5th strikeout. Excuse me, his 5th walk to go with his 6 strikeouts.
Number 9 batter Infante. After what we've seen this year and last year, how he's gotten it done is irrelevant. The fact of the matter is he's taken on some of the best lineups in the American League and given the Twins a really good chance to win. That he's done it is all that matters. Little roller to the right side. 7 very impressive innings for Samuel DeDuno again tonight. Quench your thirst. Get any size soft drink or sweet tea for just $1. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Toyota. Hurry in for big savings during Toyota's nationwide clearance event going on now. It's been a good night for the Twins. They've gotten a really good start from Samuel DeDuno. They've gotten some clutch hitting. Lead at 5-1 going to the home half of the 7th.
Well, DeDuno's only given up a couple hits, and they came in a row in the 5th inning. after the walk to Bosch. An RBI double by Peralta, and then Omar Infante with a base hit. That's been it. It's 5 walks, and we kind of knew that going into the ball game. But 6 strikeouts. Right. We kind of knew that going into the ball game. So, outstanding performance. 94 pitches in 7 innings, 52 for strikes.
Here's Mauer against Dwayne Bilo, who's come into the ball game to pitch for the Tigers in the bottom of the 7th. Most pitchers, when they go out on the mound, if they're going to give up hits, they want to scatter them. Maybe Deduno's approach is the same with walks. Look, I'm going to walk 5 or 6, but if I scatter them and don't have too many of them in 1 inning, I'll be okay. Only in 1 inning, the very first, did he walk more than 1 guy. 2-0 now to Mauer.
Well, that's great if you don't give up any hits. And
but he hasn't.
It's, you know, it's when you walk in and give up a couple hits, right. That's what hurts. But like in the 5th inning, other than that, he was awesome.
Big swing and a foul, 2-1. Well, in his outing at Fenway Park, he walked 4, gave up 2 hits, but the Red Sox didn't score in 6 innings. 2-1 to Mauer. He'll be followed by Willingham and Morneau.
Bilo with a good fastball, slurve type breaking ball, a slider and a changeup in his 2nd season with the Tigers.
And Mauer drops a base hit into center. He's reached 3 times in a row. Fox Sports North Joan Neeson looks at the 5 biggest turnarounds in NBA history and how they relate to the Wolves. Read Joan's story right now at foxsportsnorth.com. Josh Willingham with a pair of singles. On the outside corner.
I got a call right here. Something in my gut says that Willingham's going deep right here.
As long as it's not the broccoli. Outside, 1-1.
You know what I do with broccoli?
Yes, I am. One and one. You know, that one really stunned Avila. Yikes. Kevin Rand coming out. He had to go out and check on his pitcher earlier. Now Avila got that somewhere on the right hand or arm, I believe.
Let's take a look right here. A lot of catchers try to go out their right shoulder. Ouch. Gotta be a dog back there.
And you mean that affectionately?
Yes.
1 and 2.
Catchers take a beating.
Breaking pitch, tapped foul. Twins getting enough clutch hits, but they've gotten 14 hits overall. Can't have 14 hits without some of them being clutch hits. Mastroianni with a couple of big hits. Willingham hoping for one here with nobody out in the 7th.
Very nice. Sharing that souvenir. Ooh, good swing there.
Not a fastball. Looked like he was waiting for it.
Straight over the top fastball. All straight back.
Another 1-2 pitch. 2-2. Mauer goes, and the pitch is taken low for ball 3. So Mauer with a steal at second base.
Mauer picking up his 7th stolen base in 10 attempts. Had a great jump right there from Bilo. Just lifts his leg up and Joe takes off. Bilo had no chance.
Morneau on deck. First base now open. Three and 2 to Josh Willingham. And he walked him. So Mauer single and eventually a walk to Willingham. First and second, nobody out for Morneau.
Yeah, good at bat again by Willingham in his last at bat. He fought Sanchez really good and then got that base hit right there. Fell behind an account. Fouled off some pitches. And draws a walk.
Morneau with a fly to center, an RBI single to left, and a one-hopper back to Sanchez, who started an inning-ending double play in the 5th. And first pitch strike. A little bit low, 1-1. Phil Koch wrapped up the 6th inning, although gave up the big 2-run single to Mastroianni. Now immediate trouble for Bilo. Lifted behind third. Cabrera at foul ground makes the catch. Field fly rule was never called if it were a fair ball. So 1 down, and that'll bring up Doman.
Well, Justin knew he missed his pitch right there. Just got underneath it.
So now Doman hitting as a right-handed batter, and a pair of singles as a lefty. Away, ball 1. Most damaging hits for the Twins tonight have come from the bottom and top of the batting order. Doman with a chance here to drive in a run or 2 or 3. His swing up and away again, 2-0.
High fastball right here. Good take by Doman. Laying off that pitch.
See anybody warming up now. I don't believe anyone has been warming up in the Tiger bullpen. And behind Doman is Trevor Plouffe.
Jeff Jones coming out. The last time he did the old Rick Anderson, make a little trip out to the mound. That's in the 5th inning, and Morneau hit into the double play.
Big pitch here. 2-0 to Ryan Doman. On the outside corner.
Straight over the top, fastball.
Well off the plate. You'd call that a pitcher's pitch.
Off the plate,
It
that
was
hit
off
the
the
corner.
plate. Fox track says that was
No,
off.
no. Fox tracks had a little bit of the corner.
And now 2-2.
You know, there's that black on the plate. Even though we only see, you know, the plate, there's a corner on it. There's a black on it. Some umpires will clean it off. Basically saying, swing the bat, boys.
2-2. Pounded foul.
Went back to that breaking ball down and in.
Belo trying to wriggle out of a jam here with the Tigers already down 5-1. Bloof hoping for a chance here. Fouled back. With his 2 singles has the average up to 295, but all year long he's been much more dangerous from the left side of the plate than the right. And he get one of his biggest hits from this side of the plate against Dwayne Belo. And another foul. With Willingham and Mauer on the bases, another 2-2 pitch to Ryan Doumit. Blasted to left field. Gone, a 3-run home run.
See, I sensed a home run. I just didn't know who was going to hit it. Home run number 14 on the 8th pitch of that at-bat. Ryan Doumit. It's a huge 3-run home run. Twins take an 8-1 lead. They kept throwing that slider down and in. This time a fastball he left up. And watch Ryan's reaction right there. He knew it was gone. His 4th home run as a right-handed hitter. And Doumit swinging a hot bat. 9 extra base hits in August.
Here's Plouffe. Skying the first pitch to short. Peralta comes in. That's out number 2. Impressively, a lot of those extra base hits for Doumit in the month have gone to the opposite field, but this one was pulled.
Boy, look at this solid swing right here. Great contact. Ball hit the facing of the upper second deck.
So now Jamie Carroll will hit with the bases empty and 2 down. Strike 1. Talked earlier about there wasn't any activity in the Detroit bullpen. Just as interesting, the fact that the Twins haven't had any activity in the bullpen. DeDuno, what, 94 pitches?
94 pitches, yeah.
And it looks like he'll have every opportunity to pitch into and hopefully through the 8th. Carrot drops it down the line. He's got another base hit, his 3rd of the ball game. So Carroll aboard with a 2-out hit. Tomorrow night when the Twins are facing the Tigers, Delta Airlines will have you thinking about the beach. The first 10,000 fans tomorrow night get a Twins beach towel courtesy of Delta Airlines. Tickets available by calling 800-33-TWINS or by visiting twinsbaseball.com.
Twins definitely have their hitting shoes on tonight. 16 hits.
And now Casilla will take his swings from the right side. Delivered a big RBI double in the 6th. A foul ball. 2 strikes.
Casilla is hitting as a right-hander for the first time, where he's hitting .273.
And Casilla flares it foul.
A lot of pitches here for Belo. 30 so far. 21 strikes.
And Casilla called out on strikes. Another good inning for the Twins. They get a big fly from Ryan Domit, his 14th of the year, with 2 men aboard.
Walk 5, he has struck out 6, but he's only allowed 2 hits. Both of them coming back-to-back in the 5th inning. And working all his pitches in, a big double play right there. Right off his glove, in the air to Casilla to complete the double play over to Morneau. So 7 very good innings for Deduno. 94 pitches, 52 strikes. His longest outing came about 3 starts ago, 7 innings. So he's trying to better that here, making just his 7th major league start.
Austin Jackson leads off the 8th. Inside ball 1. And you think Samuel Deduno isn't loving every minute of this at age 29, finally getting his chance? And Jackson starts the 8th with a sharp single to center.
Well, he had a couple of cups of coffee, what we say when you come up for a little bit, and Deduno came up with the Rockies in 2010, made only 4 relief appearances, and then last year with the Padres, another cup of coffee, only 2 relief appearances. Signed by the Twins as a free agent, went down to Rochester, got the call up on July 5th, and he's really been lights out, looking for his 4th win.
And he floats a changeup over the outside corner to Andy Dirks. Dirks 0 for 3. lined into that double play off the glove of DeDuno to wrap up the 5th.
Gray and Robertson warming up in the bullpen.
Foul ball. 1-2. In the dirt, another nice block by Doman.
You know, as a catcher, you call breaking ball, but with DeDuno, you just don't know where it's going. 100 pitches, 55 for strikes.
Two and two. That's hit well to right field. Mastroianni hoping for a bounce. He'll play the carom, and the 8th inning starts with a pair of hits and a Tiger threat with the middle of their lineup coming up.
Yeah, Dirks, who had really hit the ball all night. He hit that where Jake Carroll made the great play at short, and then he hit sharply the double play that deflected over to Casilla. Finally got a changeup, but looked like it was up. And hits it high off the wall.
Plenty of lead to work with, and Cabrera looking into the Twins dugout, and I think they're going to let it ride. I can't think of a Twins pitcher that has handled Cabrera as easily as DeDuno has through 3 at-bats, and so I think that, as much as anything else, is giving Ron Gardenhire the confidence to leave DeDuno out there.
And that's what he's done on that breaking ball numerous times in this ball game. Ball looks like it's starting at him, so that tells you that that curveball has some tight rotation when a hitter does this. Backs away.
Bouncer to short. Knocked down by Carroll. That's all he'll be able to do. Cabrera will get an infield hit and a run scored, and that will be the end of DeDuno's night. So the 8th inning starts with 3 hits. And Ron Gardenhire is going to come out and try to rely on his bullpen to put out the fire here in the 8th.
What a great effort, though, by Samuel DeDuno. Leaving with an 8-2 lead. He'll get a nice ovation here at Target Field. the heart of the lineup are these two guys, Cabrera and Fielder. And DeDuno did a great job of handling both of them. Struck out Fielder, and then Fielder hitting a ground ball back to him. And of course, the only hit for those two guys was an infield base hit. We just saw off the bat of Cabrera, who drove in his 99th run of the year.
Well, the Tigers feel that if they can get to the middle of the lineup here, specifically Fielder, to maybe go deep here, they're right back in the game. And the last time Fielder faced Tyler Robertson, he did in fact hit a big 3-run home run at Comerica Park.
Well, Robertson looking to get an out here. And his outs have come on a good fastball and then that hard slider.
Crack to right. Mastroianni with a diving catch in the corner. Oh, what a catch in a key spot.
Well, there's the speed of Mastroianni. DeDuno clapping.
Have a night, Darren Mastroianni. 3 runs batted in, a home run, and a great catch.
Wow. Boy, you cannot teach speed. Great jump, great speed, great dive, great catch.
Here's Avila. Breaking ball over. Avila 0 for 3, a strikeout and a couple of ground balls to Casilla.
Mastroianni making that great catch off of Fielder, but remember, it was Fielder that made a pretty nice play on Mastroianni to get him at second base.
Yeah.
After he hit that 2-run base hit in the 6th inning.
Tied him up inside 0-2.
Well, Mastroianni getting a big hit off of Phil Koch. That drove in a couple runs. But watch Fielder as a cutoff man. He gets the ball and then flips it over to Peralta, and then Mastroianni slid by the bag and they made the play. So a little payback right there for Mastroianni, catching that great line drive off the bat of Fielder.
One great play was made after the damage had been done. Mastroianni's catch kept this inning, at least for the time being, from decaying into something really ugly. One and two. Excuse me, dribbler.
You know, you see a play like that Mastroianni, I mean, you look at the base runners, both of them kind of went halfway because they thought that ball was going to fall in. Well, they had to get back to the bag, so not only a great catch, he also kept the runners at first and second.
That ball gets by Mastroianni. It's 8-4, and there's still nobody out. 1 and 2. Another chopper foul. Another 1-2 to Avila. Got him. 2 down.
There's that nasty slider. Fastball's in. Avila fouled off and then went to that slider and picked up a strikeout.
The 3-run home run by Ryan Doman may allow Robertson to face Young here and hopefully finish up the 8th inning. Young is 0 for 3, a fly ball to right and a couple of infield grounders. Strike. A year ago, Delman Young was still property of the Minnesota Twins.
Delman getting traded on August 15th to Detroit.
For that matter, Jim Thome was still a member of the Minnesota Twins. 1-1. In off the plate, 2-1. Another left-handed batter, Brennan Bosch, would hit next. Twins, of course, would prefer he lead off the 9th inning. Laced up the middle, a base hit. Dirks around third, he'll score, and it is 8-3.
Delman hitting that fastball sharply up the middle. He picks up his first hit, his 46th RBI of the year. So that run charged to Doduno as Delman Young hits it sharply back up the middle.
And Ron Gardenhire waiting for the pinch hitting announcement, and then he's going to bring in Casey Fiend. So Doduno, hands folded. Baker, just acquired because he can hit left-handed pitching, won't face a lefty here in the 8th. Men aboard. Let's go to the Rogers Center. In the 9th inning, Adam Dunn hit his second home run of the ball game to tie the game at 2. But then David Cooper drove one in against the White Sox, a walk-off win for the Blue Jays in 11 innings over Chicago. So the first place White Sox have fallen, and the Tigers are trying to come back late against the Twins.
Well, Jeff Gray coming into the ballgame. He's making his 43rd relief appearance. Asked to get the final out here in the 8th inning, and it'll be pinch hitter Jeff Baker. Baker coming over from the Chicago Cubs on August 5th.
Well, Baker always hit left-handed pitching very well, but he will not face a lefty with Gray coming in. Runners at first and second and 2 down. First pitch over for a strike.
Baker uses a pinch hitter in Chicago. He was 4 for 15, 0 for 1 so far as a Detroit Tiger.
1-1.
And what Jeff Gray features, a good sinking fastball and a slider, occasional curveball.
Gray gloves it. It was headed up the middle, but Gray makes a nice play to end the 8th inning. Big play for the first out of this 8th inning, turned in by a guy who's having quite a night.
Detroit Tigers at Target Field, and we're going to break it all down after the game. Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink, as we bring you each and every game before and each every game. We're going to talk about Sam Deduno and how he's tamed the Tigers tonight. 7 solid innings for Samuel Deduno. Ron Gardenhire's post-game reaction, get his thoughts on Deduno and how he has defied the baseball gods thus far on the season. And our instructional tonight with experts, Ron Coomer, Bert Blyla. We're going to talk about cutoffs and relays tonight. Ron Coomer, former infielder, has seen many relays. And Bert, you've seen many relays as well in your time, because obviously you gave up a lot of hits and had to back up the catcher a lot of times, right?
Watch that.
So you'd have a lot of expertise.
I know exactly how to back up third and home. That's what I'm really good at. So I guess that's what I'll be doing in instructional.
Home run prone Joaquin Benoit comes in for the Tigers.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, when you're only pitching an inning at a time, it's not a good thing. Benoit giving up 10 home runs in his last 15 and a third innings pitch. Baker now in right field. And Revere, the batter, taking ball 1. That slap to left. Revere's got a 2-hit night. He'll hustle around first and hold up there. So Revere, putting an end to an 0 for 13 skid, has now singled twice in 3 at-bats.
Yeah, and both of them to left field. They let that ball get deep into the strike zone again, just like his first hit in the 5th inning, just taking it to left field.
Darren Mastroianni with a career night. 3 hits, 3 runs batted in. And a big-time catch in the right field corner in the top of this inning. Strike 1. Foul to the backstop. 2 strikes. Tigers trying to figure this guy out, because he typically hasn't been that home run prone, but something has happened.
He's probably leaving some pitches up.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
Talking 10 home runs and 15 in the third inning since the end of June. That's a lot of home runs for a guy who only goes usually about an inning at a time. And Mastroianni takes one down the middle.
Oh, this copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Minnesota Twins. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC. For Benoit, that was his 58th strikeout in 51 innings pitched.
Outside to Mauer. Mauer has reached his last 3 times. And it's just off the plate. I beg your pardon. 2-0.
Benoit, 35 years old. This is his 12th major league season. Came up with the Rangers in 2001 out of the Dominican Republic.
There's the outside corner. 2-1.
He was let go by the Texas Rangers after he had surgery, right shoulder surgery, and then signed with the Tampa Bay Rays and kind of resurrected his career again a couple years ago. Had a great year for the Tampa Bay Rays, which turned into a 3-year contract with the Detroit Tigers. In his second season with the Tigers.
Must be something about the salt water down there in St. Petersburg, because it's happened to Benoit, it happened to Rafael Soriano, Kyle Farnsworth to some degree, and Fernando Rodney this year.
Right.
3-1. The Mauer. The feeder goes, and the pitch driven to left center. Revere will round second and go to third. So Mauer has a 3-hit night. He's reached 4 times in a row, and that'll bring up Willingham.
Where every pitch away to Joe Mauer, and a 3-1 pitch. Joe takes that pitch outer half of the plate and lines it into center field. And with the Revere going, makes it easily over to third.
Willingham has reached 3 times. A pair of singles, a walk, and a run scored. A little nubber and just trickles foul. A lot of offense for the Twins. They couldn't generate much against the Rays over the weekend. They're not the only team that struggled to score runs against Tampa Bay.
Pretty good pitching staff. Pretty good starting staff.
Tampa Bay ahead of Seattle 3-0 in the third at Safeco Field. One strike to Willingham. Run swing, but a miss.
A little slider right there by Benoit.
Two strikes to the Twins left fielder. with a 3-run 6th, a 3-run 7th. Another threat here in the 8th. Third left-hander for the Tigers out of their bullpen anyway, Darren Downs. Tigers do not have a left-handed starting pitcher. Just off the corner.
Good take right there by Willingham.
Revere at third. He hasn't scored yet tonight, even though he's been on base a couple of times. And Mauer across the way at first. Blocked by Avila, 2-2. Two and two to Willingham. Lifted down the right field line into the seats. Benoit facing his 4th batter. And nothing's come easy for him here tonight.
16 pitches already. Remember, Willingham had that great at-bat in last inning against Belo. 8-pitch at-bat, drew the walk.
And off the plate, full count with Morneau on deck. Jim Leyland trying to get somebody's attention. He finally got Peralta's attention. And they want Infante to shorten up a little bit at second base. Full count, Benoit to Willingham.
Yeah, middle of the infield, not playing deep. They're about halfway.
High fly to center. Revere will tag and score. So Willingham with a sacrifice fly, getting 1 run back that the Tigers scored in the top of this inning.
And for Josh's 85th RBI of the year, as Ben Revere does score. And it's a 9-3 ball game.
And now Jim Leyland's going to make a move here. Looks like. Bullpen door is opening. And with Justin Morneau coming up, Downs will enter the game. responded here in the opening game against the Tigers. Darren Mastroianni's our Jimmy John's delivery of the game.
Yeah, what a night he's had. A base hit in the first inning, then a home run, his third of the year, that coming in the fifth inning, and then in the sixth inning. Kind of opened up the ball game a little bit with his 2-run single. And then we saw him make a great catch off the bat of Prince Fielder in the top of the eighth inning.
So it's been a good night for the Twins. They lead by 6. Morneau at the plate with a runner at first and 2 down.
Darren Downs coming into the ball game.
Morneau greets him with a drive to the gap in left center. Jackson hauls it down to end the bottom of the 8th. The Twins take a 9-3 lead in the ninth.
You never had it so good.
Darren Mastroianni's had a great night as you look at the Farmers Insurance report card.
Duduno looking for his 4th win. He would go to 4-0, 7+ innings, 3 earned runs, 5 walks, 6 strikeouts. We just showed you Mastroianni having a great night. And Domet hitting a home run, his 14th of the year, a big 3-run home run in the 7th inning.
Jeff Gray will face Johnny Peralta.
Gray came in and got the final out in the 8th inning. Got Baker to hit a ball back to him.
First pitch fouled back. 8th inning was not messy enough, and Mastroianni had a lot to do with that, but it was not messy enough to create a save situation for Gray, so he's just trying to finish the game here. The Twins up by 6. Down and away, and it's 1-1. And another foul off the bat of Peralta. If Gray can take care of matters here in the 9th inning, the Twins will be 5-5 against the Tigers this year. Problem for the Twins really hasn't been the American League Central. The Twins right now have a .500 record against teams in the Central. There's Peralta hooking one foul. And you look within the division, the Twins have had problems with the White Sox, but they've dominated the Royals. They've dominated the Indians. They played the Tigers pretty much to a draw. The problem has been against the American League East and West.
10-18 against the Eastern Division and 8-16 in the West.
Bouncer to short.
Good fastball in, jammed him.
Carroll. And Mauer kept his foot on the bag and picked up the throw on the second try.
Well, a little juggling act right there by Joe Mauer, but like you mentioned, he kept his foot on the bag as the ball kind of came out of his glove on that low throw.
One down, and Infante will hit.
Now that's the instructional we should do right there.
I'd like to.
Ron Coomer played some first base.
Yeah.
I could throw the balls like that to short hop them.
You know me, I'll be watching anyway.
You're already on 94.
No, I'm hanging around here to, the most important part of the show is me bridging from the
Go ahead.
the instructional
Yes.
to Ron Gardenhire's sound from the clubhouse. If I don't do that, the whole thing goes right in the toilet.
That's true.
So
you are an important man.
Absolutely, and I will watch regardless. But what I would pay money to see is you three former professional major leaguers try to do what Darren Mastroianni did in the right field corner there. I would pay money.
You said three. It's only Ron Coomer.
Okay, all right. Well, I'd like to see you two guys do this.
Coomer
Here's a
played
fly
some
to left.
outfield too. I never did.
But we could turn the post-game show into a pay-per-view event.
I agree. I think Ron Coomer could do that. I'd be more than happy to throw that ball.
Hey, you're the Hall of Famer. People want to see you do stuff.
Hall of Famers don't need to do stuff like that.
2 down here in the ninth.
Anytime you could go through a ball club, like the Tigers right now, good hitting ball club. You only need 3 pitchers. Great job by Deduno, Robertson, and hopefully now Gray. Only 3 pitchers used. That's a good job.
Strike 1 to Austin Jackson.
It's a good win for the Twins after being swept by the Rays. All the Twins have now is to try to be a spoiler, and why not? Let's spoil the Tigers. Let's drop them back a little bit. I know Chicago lost, but they had a chance to pick up a game.
One and two.
Now, what a night for the offense. 18 hits put on the board by the Twins offense. And the most important thing, 3 zeros put on the first 3 innings. Now the Twins are 14-7 at home when the starter's able to put zeros on the board in the first 3 innings to the opponent. Got him.
Good finishing job by Gray. Faced 4 men, got 4 outs. And the Twins win the opener of this series with the Tigers' Anthony LaPanta. All across the board, a good night for the Twins and their fans.
It was against the Tigers team that's had the upper hand in this series lately. Minnesota, in a blowout fashion, wins 9-3. We'll look at Samuel Deduno's big night. Cutoffs and relays for the instructional, and hear from Gardy next on Twins Live.